There's a building in this land that sets itself on fire. Not once, not for a show. Every 20 minutes, all day, the mill on top of it goes up in flames, and most people walk straight past it without ever looking up. It's not a gag. It's a scene from a movie made in 1931, rebuilt at full scale, and I'll show you exactly what it's recreating. But you have to get through the portal first. Every land at Epic Universe is behind a portal. You don't walk into Dark Universe, you go through something, and you come out somewhere colder. What's on the other side is called Darkmoor. It's a village, and it's built on the idea that the monsters won. Frankenstein, Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy, the creature from the Black Lagoon. The classic universal monsters, all of them living in one place, and the people who live here have learned to work around that. The first thing you notice is the light, or the lack of it. The sky over this land was gray the entire time I was here, and it never once felt like an accident. Every land here is behind one of these. You can't see into the next world from the one you're standing in. No sightline, no preview, no accidental glimpse of Super Nintendo World from the middle of a monster village. Each land is sealed off, and the only way in is a tunnel that resets your eyes on the way through. It's an expensive way to build a theme park. It also means that once you're out the other side, the gray sky and the wet stone and the dead trees are the only thing you can see in any direction. There's nothing left to remind you where you actually are. This is the kind of detail that tells you how seriously they took it. A cart parked on the street, selling a monster experience, and the faces on it aren't props for you. They're props for the people who supposedly live here. That's Das Stakehaus. Read it again. It's a steakhouse, and it's a steakhouse, the thing you put through a vampire. Universal says it's run by vampire familiars, which is a very polite way of saying the staff work for something that doesn't eat here. Kebabs, burgers, sandwiches, ribs. The joke is on the sign, not the menu. And this is the part I keep coming back to. Nothing here is a facade with a door in it. The roof lines don't match. The stonework changes as you walk. It looks like a village that was built over centuries by people who kept having to rebuild. The monsters here aren't hiding. Universal runs monster meet and greets in this village, which means the thing the villagers are supposedly afraid of walks the street on a schedule. And look down. The paving changes underfoot as you move through. Cobble in one stretch, flagstone in another. Worn dirt at the edges. None of that shows up on a ride. None of it makes it into anybody's photo. It's there for the 4 minutes you spend walking between two buildings, and that is the whole point of a land like this. Watch what the path does here. It doesn't run straight at the castle. It curves, and the buildings on either side stay tall just long enough to keep it hidden, so when it finally lands, you get all of it at once, instead of watching it grow for 2 minutes. Disney's Main Street does the opposite. It puts the castle at the end of the street and lets you see it the whole way in. Both work. They just want you to feel different things. Then you come around the corner, and there it is. Inside that building is Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, the headline ride of the entire land where Dracula leads a revolt and the rest of the monsters come with him. The Mummy, the Wolfman, the creature from the Black Lagoon. Universal put some of the most advanced animated figures they have ever built inside there. I've filmed a lot of theme park buildings. This is the best exterior I have ever pointed a camera at. It's not just the castle, it's the marsh in front of it, the dead trees, and the fog they push across the water so you can never see the whole thing at once. You're meant to be looking at it from outside, across something you can't cross. Look at how they framed it. The trees aren't decoration. They're there so you get the castle in pieces. The fog isn't weather. There are foggers built into the marsh running constantly, and they're doing something specific. They're hiding the bottom of the building. You never quite see where the castle meets the ground, and that is why it reads as bigger than it is. Inside, the ride is Monsters Unchained. Universal has said the animated figures in it are among the most advanced they have ever built, and the story is an experiment that goes wrong, with Dracula pulling the other monsters into a revolt. But you don't need to ride it to get the point. The building already told you. Now, the building I told you about at the start. That's the Burning Blade Tavern, and the mill on top of it catches fire roughly every 20 minutes, all day long. Here's why. In 1931, Universal released Frankenstein. The way that film ends is a mob of villagers chasing the monster into a windmill and burning it to the ground. The mill on fire against the night sky is one of the most famous images in horror. Universal didn't put that on a plaque. They built the mill, put a restaurant underneath it, and set it on fire every 20 minutes, forever. You can eat under it. Burgers, wings, bratwurst, pretzels, while the thing above your head burns down on a timer. And here's mine, 2.5 minutes of footage, camera pointed right at it. It never lit. That's the honest version of this place. You don't get it on demand. It goes when it goes. And if you're walking through on your way to the next ride, you'll miss it. Same as most of the people standing in this shot. That's the difference between theming and quoting. This land doesn't tell you it likes old horror movies. It rebuilds their endings and keeps them running, whether anybody happens to be looking or not. The tavern underneath is a working restaurant. Burgers, wings, bratwurst, pretzels, and a bar. And the seating faces out, away from the mill, which means the thing that catches fire is behind most of the people eating there. That's either an oversight or the most confident piece of design in the land. They built the best visual in Dark Universe, and then arranged the furniture so you have to choose to turn around and look at it.
Yeah, it takes a while. Yeah, it takes about 30 minutes. Yeah, it's been about, what, 10 minutes? Yeah, so maybe look at the 15 more. Yeah, thank you.
The other ride here is Curse of the Werewolf. It's a spinning coaster, family-friendly, and it runs you through a forested track while werewolves come at you out of the trees. It's the softer of the two rides, which matters, because a land this dark needs something the whole family can actually get on. Monsters Unchained is the one that will get you. This is the one that gets everybody else. And notice you can see the track from the village. They didn't hide it. The coaster is part of the skyline here, same as the mill. Curse of the Werewolf sits at the back of the land, and you can see the track from the village. It runs behind the tree line, framed by the same dead branches as everything else. That's unusual for a land this committed to atmosphere. A coaster is a big steel object, and the instinct is usually to bury it. Here they let it show, and it reads as part of the skyline rather than a ride bolted onto the back of a village. It's also the softer of the two rides. A spinning coaster, family-friendly, the one everybody in your group can actually get on, which matters more than it sounds in a land built around a horror ride. The shop keeps it up too. It's not a gift shop with monster merchandise in it. It's built like the inside of one of these buildings, and the product is arranged like it belongs to somebody. The glass domes, the suits on display. Somebody decided what a monster hunter's shop looks like, and then built that and put the t-shirts inside it.
Get this?
So that's Dark Universe, a village where the monsters won, a castle you can only see across water, a coaster in the trees, and a windmill that burns down every 20 minutes because a movie from 1931 ended that way. If you've been, tell me if you caught the mill going up. I want to know how many people actually stood there long enough to see it. If you want more of these, subscribe. I'm working through every land at Epic Universe, one at a time. Hit the bell so the next one finds you, and drop a like if this was worth your 10 minutes. There's more at theadventurouslog.com.